Hi, these comments are for KP. I'm Michael from BetterTOEFLScores.com. I'm getting ready to listen, evaluate, and score your integrated speaking practice test that you sent me. Let's take a look at your email here. You say, Michael, please listen to, evaluate, score, provide feedback on my integrated speaking practice test. Question 3. So using points and examples from the lecture, explain why do animals hibernate as well as how they achieve this state. Yeah, I think you got to get your grammar right here. You need to have a noun clause here. Why animals hibernate. You don't have to say why do. Why is that? Because you're using a noun clause here and also another noun clause over here. Notice how noun clauses take connecting, they take subject, verb, word order. For example, why plus subject plus verb, you have how plus subject plus verb. So make sure that you keep your grammar parallel, even in the emails that you send. Right? Everything's important. You got to get in the habit of having the appropriate language use in writing and speaking. Okay, so I think we're ready. Let's listen to it.
Allows animals to adapt to hibernation is a state of inactivity.
You want to say hibernation. Hibernation,
which allows animals to adapt to environmental changes.
Which allows animals to adapt to environmental changes. I would pronounce that a little bit differently. To adapt to environmental changes.
The professor gives an example of a bear using hibernation for its survival.
Okay.
To begin
you want to say a bear. Bear.
with, the lecturer states hibernation process is associated with warm-blooded animals, helps them to survive in the coldest weather.
Okay.
For example, a warm-blooded animal, the bear, eats more food because it needs more energy to maintain its internal body temperature. However, in winter, due to low food supply, a bear reduces its breathing, heart rate, and metabolism to lower the body temperature.
You want to say metabolism. So you're having a word stress issue with that multisyllabic word.
In order to survive in harsh winter. Moreover,
I would say in order to survive in harsh winters, and put that S on the end.
He mentions if a bear doesn't go through this process, it won't survive lower temperatures.
So you could probably explain a little bit more of what happens during the hibernation process. I think the bear has to lower its heart rate, right? And it lowers its body temperature. And those two things help it to hibernate during the wintertime and not need as many calories consequently. I'm thinking I'm going to put you right around 3, probably 22 to 23 points out of 30. Let me listen to it one more time.
Hibernation is a state of inactivity which allows animals to adapt to environmental changes.
So hibernation, according to the professor, is blah, blah, blah.
In a biology class, the professor gives an example of a bear using hibernation for its survival.
Well, if you're looking at a lecture, right, so you might frame it like this. In the lecture, the speaker explains the concept of hibernation and then gives some examples to further illustrate the idea. So that you would use in the beginning to kind of frame your response, and then once you've done that, then you move on to talking about the reading passage, and after that, you move on to talking about the listening passage.
To begin with, the lecturer states hibernation process is associated with warm-blooded animals, helps them to survive in the coldest weather. For example, a warm-blooded animal, the bear, eats more food because it needs more energy to maintain its internal body temperature.
No, because it needs more energy to maintain its internal body temperature. That's the blending that you have to do. You're still needing some practice with blending. You understand what your thought groups are, but you need to blend the words within those thought groups in order to speak more naturally. So check out pronunciation lessons 41 through 44 to help you more with the blending area, which is going to help you with your overall fluidity of expression.
However, in winter, due to low food supply, a bear reduces its breathing, heart rate, and metabolism to lower the body temperature in order to survive in harsh winter.
Yeah, good. That's good.
Moreover, he mentions if a bear doesn't go through this process, it won't survive lower temperatures.
Okay, so yeah, you did talk about heart rate and body temperature, so forget that comment I said earlier. So you explained everything. You could probably organize a little bit better. You could organize your response a bit better in the beginning, but the real story here is delivery. So do everything that you can right now to improve your pronunciation and your overall speaking fluency. I really think that's the key. Once you do that, I believe you will get 28, 29 points on the speaking. You're really organized, you know how to explain ideas, and you typically have good control over your language use, including vocabulary and grammar. You just need to work on that delivery area. That's going to be really important for you right now. So your score here, I'm going to put you around 22 to 23 points on this practice test.